Okay, so I thought I'd take our final segment today to talk about the new movie that is now on Disney Plus that you can stream for free if you're a subscriber to Disney Plus. Didn't go to the movie theaters, went straight to Disney Plus. So be pumped into your homes. So I wanted to give a brief review about this movie, Turning Red. Now, first of all, let me just tell you what Turning Red is about. It's this coming of age story where it has this mythical element where this girl can just turn into this large red panda. So hopefully that's enough of kind of like a review so that we can jump into some of the glaring issues here. So like, I could be accused of maybe making too much of something here, but I'm gonna throw it at you and then see what you think about this. So this is a coming of age story of a young girl, and she turns into a red, hairy beast. So again, coming of age, puberty, 13-year-old girl. She's hairy, hair on your arms and legs. And then she's red.
I'm a gross red monster!
And even the logo for the movie is this red, bloodied paw print of sorts. So, I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to kind of go to understand what they're going with here, that this is some big metaphor for a girl who is starting her period and is growing hair in strange places. Now, obviously, there's a role for helping girls understand this. I'm not sure that it's a movie quite like this. Again, this is another issue for parents. But here's the issue, is that in movies that Disney is pumping out these days, there's no place for parents. I mean, this is stereotypically, and you could think this is overwrought, but there's something to this, that in almost every single Disney movie, the parents, at least one of them, are dead. Or, as we'll see in this movie, it's not just that the parents are dead, it's that the parents are kind of the enemies in the story. So in this story, ultimately, one of the bigger problems here with this story is that it's an actual rejection of the role of parents in helping their kids overcome the rebellious nature that they develop, especially in their preteens and in their teenage years. So in this story of rugged individualism, in Turning Red, we see this young girl who is learning to reject her parents and reject the role of her parents in her life, and learning that her parents are the ones who need to step off and her parents are the ones who are wrong here, and this young 13-year-old girl is the one who is actually the person in the right here. So this whole idea throughout the whole movie is a lesson for parents to step off and a lesson for kids to lean into the rebellious nature. Now, I have a serious problem with that, because in the process of that narrative, what's happening in the West is that we have this prolonged adolescence where kids now into their late 20s, especially young men, and into their late 30s and into their early 30s, are still living at home, playing video games, refusing to grow up, and rejecting all responsibility that they can find in order to prolong their adolescence. This rebelliousness that is supposed to happen as a kid, quite frankly, it's a reality, it does happen. This rebelliousness as a kid is being prolonged because of narratives like the one we see in Turning Red. The people who are wise and more aged and who have been there and done that have a role in the life of children to help them as quickly as possible get past their rebellious stage. There's this idea, like pregnant in this movie, that what you're actually supposed to do is to adopt this rebellious personality as a young child, and then you're supposed to carry that with you the rest of your life, because that's what it means to come of age.
My whole life I've been perfect little May. But maybe I like this new me.
Actually, what it means to come of age is to overcome your rebelliousness and listen to the wisdom of your parents who have been there and done that and have experienced exactly what you're experiencing and can help you overcome that mere rebellious nature. But that's not what Turning Red does. Turning Red shows that the child was right all along and the parents were the stupid ones. Now, beyond that, there are these very troubling aspects, like the statements from the lead character's mouth. I embrace all labels. So when they say I embrace all labels, what they really means is I embrace transgenderism, because they really don't embrace all labels, do they? Right? They don't embrace I am a conservative. They don't embrace those labels. So they don't embrace all labels. What they really mean is that they embrace transgenderism. And then finally, the most troubling thing for me is when the movie puts abortion propaganda in the mouth of a little child and the little girl says, "My panda, my choice."
You're not going out like that, are you?
My panda, my choice, Mom.
So, I mean, that's radical. I know we're being desensitized by the media today, but to put in the mouth of a 13-year-old radical abortion propaganda and to have that come out of her mouth just in a different format is troubling to say the least. And so, I mean, all I can say is, what is wrong with you people? Do you really want to tick off the people who pay you, Disney? Do you really think it's smart to attack Ron DeSantis and to attack the parents along the way, by the way, who pay your bills for the sake of your woke employees? To make them happy, you're willing to actually crucify and attack the people who pay your bills, who come every single summer and every single spring break to your park to entertain their families. We put you on the map, and we can take you off the map. So I want to encourage you, Disney, if you're really firm on rejecting this legislation that indoctrinates young children into radical gender ideology, if you really want to oppose that, and you really want to continue to create movies that tell parents they're stupid and young kids that they're the smart ones, and put radical propaganda in their mouths, I'll just say, if you feel froggy, keep jumping, son. Keep jumping. Because you can pack up Disney World and all of the money that you've invested in Florida there any day that you want, and you can go move it into a blue state if you'd like. But as for now, Florida's a red state, and it's under the best governor on the planet. So you're either going to have to put your money where your mouth is, or you're going to have to actually realize something. You serve the people who are your customers. So that's my review of Turning Red. Ultimately, a really gross analogy for puberty, a really horrible coming-of-age story that continues to do what Disney movies do these days, which is encouraging rebellion against parents, and then also encouraging rebellion against parents by putting propaganda in the mouths of young children. So if you watch it, I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. You can leave that down in the comment section below. You can catch brand new episodes of Indie Thinker with Reed Huberman every Monday, and weekly bonus episodes to keep you thinking throughout the week. But you have to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when new episodes drop. If you enjoy this content, make sure to like this video and share it with friends.